Hey guys, Mr. Marcus here, and as you can see, we're back with the Tottenham Hotspur Master League. This is the last episode of the Tottenham Hotspur Master League, for the moment anyway. I will probably upload because of course I'm Germany manager as well, so I will probably upload the World Cup stuff. It's like, will be end up being like 8 matches if I get to the final. But yeah, I'll upload that probably after this, but it'll be like the standalone-ish sort of thing, which is meant to do with the Europa League, with the Euros in 2016 with Portugal, but the data got corrupted. So I'll try and get that out as well. But yeah, at the current moment, this is the last episode of the Tottenham Hotspur Master League, or my Master League in PES 2015 in general. So I don't know, I might do another season. It sort of all depends on when I get PES 2016. The game might come a day early. If it comes a day early, I'll review it and I will play it, and I will play Master League. But yeah, if you haven't already seen, there is a video already up saying PES 2016, what series do you want to see? I'd advise, if you want to go and see some particular series in general, that you go to that video and you comment on it, and I'll basically try and get some stuff like that from that, and feedback and whatnot. Of course, I have seen the straw poll. I'm not going to tell you how the straw poll ends, because the straw poll can still be voted on if you want to vote on it, and basically we'll see where it goes from then on out. But anyway, in today's episode we have 2 matches for you, the final 2 matches of the season. One game in the Premier League against Ian Holloway's Newcastle United, and the other match in the final of the Europa League against Napoli. So 2 big goddamn matches. So with that being said, we played a not a very weak side, but a relatively weak side against Newcastle in this game, knowing that I had to basically play a strong enough side to beat Napoli, that, well, if I wanted to. We've already won the league, so basically knowing that, I sort of played a relatively modest side. I wasn't really looking to win the game. I didn't really care, to be honest, and it sort of showed off in the performance, especially the highlights, to be honest, being they had a lot of shots. Newcastle sort of dominated this particular match. We didn't really get that many opportunities. I mean, as you see here in the 28th minute of the match, Chadley on the ball, runs past a couple of players, eventually plays it into Karim Benzema. Benzema probably should have played it first time across, but for some reason decided to take a couple touches, run past Steven Taylor, get a strike away. Really good save from Tim Krul. It goes up for a corner kick. 38th minute of the match here, Ayan takes a free kick. It gets on target. Keeper makes a really good save. In reality, the momentum on that ball would probably take him out of play, but hey ho, I don't really care about that. So yeah, the game in particular against Newcastle, not that exciting. Really, nothing really happened. They were dominating the match in terms of possession. We had the same amount of shots, but they were sort of dominating as well. Eventually, I do actually end up taking off Karim Benzema, because of course resting him is more or less vital for my Europa League success. But in the 60th minute of the match, we get an opportunity again. Comes out to Radicevic. Radicevic gets a strike away. It's a really, really good strike, actually, surprisingly enough. And keeper Tim Krul again makes a really, really good save. As you see here in the last minutes of the match here, basically nothing really happened. I mean, it comes up to the last minutes, and Gouffran picks up the ball down this right hand side. Again, really good tackle, I think, from Eric Dyer. Comes up to Chadley, and Chadley just passes the ball away. Benzema was there in the end, but I had tried to substitute him. I sort of tried, but you know how the game is sometimes. Substitutes just don't happen because the ball never goes out of play. Well, substitutions don't happen. But with that being said, it was all hugs and a whatnot, and claps and all that sort of stuff. And for some reason it focused on Benzema because he was the captain for the day, even though he wasn't even captain of the squad. And that was that. So we won the game 2-0. Well, we drew the game 0-0. And having won the title, we were like, okay, we're going to go into the final game. We also won the Community Shield at the start of the season, so we technically do have a double. So if we won the Europa League, we would win a treble, which would be quite interesting, because, you know, it's a treble, and it's always good to win the treble. So with that being said, Moussa Sissoko got man of the match, and as you see there, Southampton finished second on the same points total as Arsenal, with a 3-goal difference. And as you see here, player of the season in the Barclays Premier League, as well as top scorer and assist leader, was all Karim Benzema. I got the best manager award. Benzema, Van Persie, Eriksen, Ramsey, Gerrard, Wilshere, Nathaniel Klein, John Terry, Vincent Kompany, Luke Shaw and Fraser Forster were part of the team of the season. And as you see here, goal rankings, Karim Benzema scored 21 goals throughout the season, but look how many goals he assisted in one moment. Right now, Karim Benzema assisted 17 goals, so he was basically there for 38 goals of the season, which is crazy to think that I only scored like 70 or 80 goals, and he was basically there for half of them. So yeah, he maybe did deserve the player of the season. So with that being said, into the last match of this episode, and last match of the season so far anyway. We face off against Napoli in the Europa League final, and the captains are Marek Hamšík and Christian Eriksen, going head to head to basically see who could potentially win the Europa League. Now, I would love to win the Europa League. So this particular match was really big for us, and I actually keep in the whole thing. I kept in the whole beginning bit for the first time ever, because why the hell not? And it was just interesting because, you know, the Europa League isn't really that big, but the music in it it's not as catchy as the Champions League music, but it is relatively decent when it comes to the point of basically the Europa League music. And it does a pretty decent job in PES as well of being relatively iconic, but not that iconic. I actually enjoyed it as well, listening to it here as I'm recording. But yeah, with that being said, Napoli's team was just really good. They had some stand-up players, the likes of Mertens and Gonzalo Higuain in particular. Gonzalo Higuain is rated like something ridiculously high. It's like, I think it's like 87 or something. He's like one of the best strikers in the game. It was ridiculous. But with that being said, we could potentially be lifting the Europa League trophy in like 4 minutes time, or like 2 minutes time. So with that being said, Napoli's team likes Mandanda, Koulibaly, again Higuain, Hamsik, Jorginho, and Andre Martins, Jose Callahan. Like, they had a really good team. Dries Mertens, and of course, like I said before, Higuain. And we wanted to basically try and score early and then just defend, because that's how we basically do any final. So we played our strongest team: Lloris, Terry, Dyer, Wilson, Shaw. Radicevic had to play because Holberg, for whatever reason, just would not want to play. Koke, Eriksson, El Shaarawy, Ramirez, and Karim Benzema. I think Holberg either was suspended or he was just in purple form, which made no sense because I hardly played him in like the last like 2 or 3 episodes, to be honest. But with that being said, they did kick off in, I don't even remember what stadium this even is, and they kicked off, and it was a relatively decent start for Napoli. They did attack like straight from the beginning, but didn't really get anywhere with the ball. And in the first minutes, we actually had an opportunity with Karim Benzema very early on. As I ran forward here, and I thought I'll just take an opportunity, take a shot away, and Steve Mandanda made a really, really easy save from what was a potentially difficult shot. In the 7th minute of the match, Benzema again gets an opportunity, runs past Koulibaly like he's not there, but it's too heavy a touch, and Mandanda comes flying out and gets basically a good hand on it. In the 14th minute of the match, down the right hand side, they cross it in. Lloris comes flying with a pretty decent punch, to be honest. Mertens then crosses it in, comes down to Martins. Martins takes one touch, gets a strike away, and it's a really good save from Hugo Lloris, and a really good really cool composed defending from Eric Dyer. In the 39th minute of the match, Higuain, this time down the right hand side, again just runs past a couple of players, gets a strike away. Again, another good save from Hugo Lloris. This time I throw it out, and then in the last minutes of the first half, the referee does no added time or anything. The referee blows his whistle for half time. It was 0-0 between the two sides, and as you see, look how close the game was. The possession more or less equal, same amount of chances for both sides. 48th minute of the opportunity, we get an opportunity. We take the opportunity with Christian Eriksen, and Mandanda again makes another good save. 58th minute of the match, El Shaarawy on the ball, runs past a couple of players. Again, does a really good little bit of skill, gets past their right back, runs past Koulibaly like he's not even there, runs past a couple more players, gets a strike away, and unfortunately for me, it was deflected. In the 70th minute of the match, here comes out to Koke. Koke gets a strike away. Again, it was deflected as well. And in the 85th minute of the match, Ramirez on the ball, runs past Rodriguez like he's not even there. I end up taking a fake shot there, really good fake shot, get a strike away, and unfortunately for me, it goes just wide off the post. And that was that. So at full time, it was 0-0 between the two sides. I was running forward again with Christian Eriksen to see if I could potentially score in the last minutes of the match, to maybe like just score a relatively cheap goal. But that cheap goal never came. As we see here, the referee does blow the whistle at full time at 0-0. So going to extra time, I was like, okay, change some things up, maybe potentially bring in some substitutes, freshen it up a bit. As you see there, we were sort of dominating the second half. We did have 8 shots, we had 6 shots in the second half, but in the 101st minute of the match, I made a mistake with with John Terry, and I nearly potentially conceded a really retarded goal to concede. And in the last minutes of the first half of extra time, Benzema plays through Gaston Ramirez, gets a strike away, and Gaston hits it just wide, and I was like, oh god, that was the opportunity to win the game. But of course I'm playing here with 7-minute halves, so it's really, really quick, especially in extra time. But basically from that opportunity I thought, okay, I'll bring on some substitutes, took off Gaston Ramirez and Benzema and brought on Andros Townsend and Son Min, or whatever his name is, Son. And basically, they made a difference from like the first minutes of the match, first minutes of the second half. We see basically Andros Townsend testing the goalkeeper, and in the last like 5 minutes of the extra time in general, El Shaarawy picks up the ball here. Son makes an amazing run off the ball, which I pick him out, give it to Son. Son just does a little step over, runs past a couple of players, gets a strike away, and fortunately for me, this is really fortunate, it goes through Mandanda's legs, takes a huge deflection, bounces up, and nothing the player on the line could do about it. And Son scores. Having just come on as a substitute, I said it like 5 or 6 episodes ago that he comes on in games in the Europa League and he scores goals, and it's really weird how he does it. But he came on and he scored, and he basically secured the win for us until the last minutes of the match. Right, won't go it. No, basically he secured the win for us, which was just crazy to think about, as we win the game 1-0 against Napoli, and that was that. So we won the Europa League, we won the league, the Barclays Premier League, and we also won the Community Shield. So technically we won a treble, but the game won't notice it as a treble because you need to win the FA Cup as well. And to get the trophy, or trophy / achievement, you have to win the Champions League, the League, and the FA Cup, or the League Cup. So yeah, won the Europa League, which is quite crazy to think about because, well, basically I wasn't expecting to win it in any way or form because my team wasn't good enough at the start of the season to do anything. And I brought in some good players: El Shaarawy, Benzema, Gaston Ramirez, who was just ridiculously good, John Terry, moved Eric Dyer back into the centre, Luke Wilson at right back, Luke Shaw at left back. Ridiculously good players, and I don't know if his real name's even Luke Wilson, but as you see here, Ericsson lifts the trophy, lifts the Europa League. The UEFA Europa League winners were Tottenham Hotspur. Pretty decent result, won two leagues, won 2 basically trophies, and just done a really good job this season in particular of winning trophies. So it was just really good for me to win a game, and I just was really happy about it. Again, to win actual trophies as well was quite good in comparison to my Atletico Madrid, where I only won the Copa del Rey, which wasn't really anything, to be honest. But yeah, we won against Napoli 1-0, really good game. As you see here from the stats, we sort of maybe deserved it in the end. We did have 11 shots, 5 on target, and Son, who'd come on literally for like 5 minutes, well, came on for 15 minutes in the match, ends up getting the man of the match with a 7.0 rating. So after extra time, we end up beating Napoli 1-0. As you can see here from the goal ranking, Klose got 6 goals, Son got 5, as well as Johansson got 5, so Son's finished second in the goal ranking, and in assist ranking, Son and Chadley and Benzema finished 14th. No one else in at the Tottenham side was above 14th, which is a bit crazy, but yeah. So yeah, that's the end of the season, end of an era. Do I continue PES 2015 stuff? Well, we'll find out. I will probably upload the Germany national team in the World Cup, just because it's there essentially. But PES 2016, the demo's already out. It's been out for days, and I've been playing it for days. I've been uploading for days. So basically, we don't know if I will upload it. Well, if I will upload different stuff. So I don't know that yet. So yeah, I don't know if I'll continue with this. Well, I might play with Tottenham in a Master League in PES 2016 when it comes out on September like 15th, whatever. And yeah, so I don't know yet. But yeah. So I'll check the straw poll, I'll do all that sort of stuff. Comment below if you want to see any more stuff of, like, in particular. Check out the other PES 2016 videos as well. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe my channel for more, and catch you later.